Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. You are watching Life with A. Nichelle and Company, and today I am bringing you guys into my kitchen to show you guys how we do Trinidad vegetable soup. Soup is something that Trinidadians, Tobagonians usually do on a Saturday or for the weekend, or you have soup after fete. This vegetable soup, of course, it's vegetable, there's no meat in it. I wanted to just show you guys another side of Life with A. Nichelle and Company because, again, it's not just about makeup and styling, but this is part of my life. So this weekend is about soup, and I'm just going to show you guys how I put it together. Mind you, disclaimer, I am not no professional chef or cook, so I'm going along with what I know will be best for the soup. I actually tried it before and my friends had the majority of it. So this combination, again, will move well, and just to show you guys in case you want to try it for any weekend of your life. So stay tuned to see how I do Trinidad vegetable soup. Let's take a peek.
Basic idea is that there's a glue that I can try and it's exactly right.
So in the intro, I'm letting you guys know I ain't no professional cook, but I'm using the recipe from the Naparima cookbook, which is a famous cookbook from Naparima Girls High School, which is a high school in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as different recipes from my family members. So we jumping in, we making soup today, guys. Let's go. So starting off, we have all the vegetables that I would possibly use. They're all cut up. Now, of course, you could use any type of vegetables that you want, but I realize these vegetables give the soup a nice taste, and because soup must have dumplings, so you get a little mixing bowl and you want to put about half a cup of flour. You put a quarter cup of cornmeal. You don't have to put cornmeal, and it's the fine cornmeal, sugar, salt, and I want to use coconut milk in this. So we're just going to put a little bit, because remember now we want to make sure that we could mix the flour. Of course, the flour needs some liquid. You could put water, but I wanted to use coconut milk, and I have to take my time adding it because we don't want it too liquidy, because again, it's dumplings that we're going to make. So I'm going to mix this up into a nice paste. It has to be thick enough. Roll it out for dumplings, and then we head over to our iron pot. So with the dumplings, I ended up adding more flour and more cornmeal to it because I forgot that coconut oil could be a little oily. You want your dough to look like this. It has to knead hard, right? So once you knead your dough, and I probably wouldn't use all of this dough, your hands have to get dirty to make dumplings, right? It had to be stiff because the dumplings can't fall apart when you put it in that hot water. So you want to break apart just a little bit. You want nice little dumplings, and you just roll it. Again, I'm not no dumpling pro, but the point is you want your dumplings to be small yet have a nice consistency to it, right? So I'm going to do a couple more of these, and then we have to get this iron pot ready to start our soup. So you get your iron pot, and of course you could use any other type of heavy pot, but from Trinidad, iron pot is the best for soup. Next, you want to take 2 tablespoons of butter. The pot is definitely hot. Let me lower this down just a tad bit. So once that melts, you're going to put in your onions, your garlic. I'm using minced garlic. I'm going to put a little bit of grated ginger in there as well, and you're going to let that saute for a bit. Okay, so now I put in a little bit of ginger in there, so your onions, and you could use fresh garlic, of course, but I use minced garlic. The recipe said to saute until brown, so I'll come back once it's nice and brown. Okay, recipe said to saute for 5 minutes by putting all your vegetables to saute with the onions, the garlic, and as I said, I use a little bit of grated ginger in there. So when that's sauteed for 5 minutes, we're coming back by using some flavoring. This is where you put everything into the pot. You want to put thyme, you want to put culantro, aka bandania or shadow benny. I put some split peas. I put some jalapeno pepper because I don't have scotch bonnet pepper. I put corn, and I added Maggi season up, all-purpose powdered seasoning. And then I was told to use broth in the recipe, but I didn't have liquid broth, so I added 2 cups of water and then added some pack soup. So you mix that up. I could smell it already. I'm going to cover this, put this on medium heat, and let it kusame, as we say in Trinidad. And I added coconut milk. Remember the coconut milk we used to make the dumplings? I added that to the soup as well. So I added some water and then I added the dumplings to the soup. I'm not going to irritate the dumplings right now because they are not cooked. I needed cooked before I could turn the pot again. So I'm just going to leave that there to cook a little bit. Once the dumplings get a little tough, meaning, not tough, meaning that it's cooked, then I'm going to turn the soup, let the seasoning get into there, and we're going to be almost done with the soup. So now that the dumplings got a little cook, I could move it around, and soon I'll do a taste test to see how everything is coming along. But it's looking good. And right now we're waiting for the vegetables, especially like the potatoes and the carrots and even the corn. Well, not necessarily corn, but just the potatoes and the carrots to get soft. So I'll turn it down again and just let it, do what it's doing to simmer. And soup is done. Ready, dumplings and everything looking good. So we're ready to eat.